Hello everyone, good morning. Wherever you're watching from, I'm greeting. My name is Anna Odohabenyi. I'm a mom, a wife, healthcare worker in United States. So why I'm dropping this message this morning is because this is a new year and I believe this is the right time for us to talk as parents, as women, as married and as single. So please, I want you to listen to me. Why is it important for us to have this discussion is the rate of divorce in this world now is going crazy. If you check online and Google like how many people that get divorced every month, every year, is as the year go by is increasing. And then I read this article online about African people in UK, how they're divorcing their spouse, especially the women, and the men are being chased out of house. You know, it's a lot going on. And I want to talk about it because I live here in the United States, and as you guys can see, I'm married. I have kids, and I want to talk about what is affecting people that live outside Nigeria or outside Africa, outside their mother's country. That is what I'm going to talk about right now. Also, I will talk about what is happening in marriage these days. So, first of all, in marriage these days, I believe like people doesn't have patience and respect for marriage anymore. So people always think like what we watch in the movie are very thin. Like when it comes to being when we come to marriage, is gonna be roses every day, and I don't quite blame anyone, any single person out there that think about that think that is gonna be how it is, because. Most time, even my white friends, my Caucasian friends, is the same. This thing I'm going to talk about now. Most parents, they don't discuss about male and female relationship with their kids from young age. Is basically our parents discuss about it. Some parents discuss about it when you're like age to get married, and some parents never even talk about it. So it's one of the problem like we have. And marriage, anyone that is honest about their marriage, anyone that is married out there that is honest about their marriage, they're going to be able to tell you marriage is stages by stages. So if if it's like five of us living in almost in the same area, each person's home have different problem. There's never a time you will be able to say, oh, I'm looking for a man, a husband or a wife that will not give me trouble, that will not fight with me, that will not argue with me. So if that is your plan, it's not going to work. Or you want a wife that will not be, that always say yes, that will always be loyal. Yeah, human beings, we are political animals. People can tend to be loyal for them to achieve what they want, or for some certain period of time. People can't be loyal forever. People tend to be quiet, say yes sir, this and that, but not forever. That is one thing you should understand when you're getting into marriage. And from 0 to 5 years of marriage is always like a time for you guys to learn each other. It's almost like a time for tear and wear. Let me use, if I may use that word. And and from 5 to 10, you guys are still learning each other. After marriage, there will be a time your husband or your wife will do something, you will be like, I never see this part of you when we are dating. You know, you're still learning, even from 5 to 10 years. Because why do I say that? Because when you guys got married newly, it's just you and your spouse. As time goes on, you start having kids. And each stages of the kiss, each stage is the kiss, there's always something that is the kiss need. The love, the family affairs, everything change as time goes on. When the kid is born, their needs is just breast milk, diaper change, carry me. When they get to, like in America here, the kids basically start school when they are 3 years and a half. Or if you have money, you can start daycare early, paying out of pocket, or maybe you don't make enough money and the government will help. So even from 3 years and a half, it's like half day daycare. But when you have money, your kids can really go from one daycare to another for you to have the full hours to enable you to work. Why some people can have a daycare, like the kids just stay over the, like, low income people or people that have money to pay out of pocket, they can actually have their kids being in daycare from the time they are born, or the time the parents make decision to take the kids to daycare, until they go to pre-K or kindergarten, whatever. So all these changes in our children's life, that changes the love, that changes everything. It changes the family dimension, it changing everything. My own part, I'm married, and I can tell you I'm happily married. Why I'm proudly to say that is not because it's from my husband. Yes, some of them is from my husband. Some of them is because of the decision I have made. When you live in America, London, Canada, anywhere, away from Africa, away from your country, away from your village, away from your city, when you live there, things are hard. Husband go is kind of a roommate. You come home from work, your spouse take off to go to work. Okay? As a mom, you may be too stressed from work, you come home. That doesn't change. You won't do your job at home as a wife and as a mom. And that is where we have the major problem. That's why, like, people that live abroad, most of our marriage doesn't last because of this problem I'm telling you. And if dad is home with the kids, most African dads are not hands-on dad. Yes, not all of them. It's only few. It's not all. So, and they're not hands-on dad, and you came back from work, you still need to make food, dinner or lunch, whatever, or breakfast for your family as a mom. So that is the way I said I'm happy, because happiness and misery come from your heart. It's a decision you as a human being have to make in a marriage. Talking it in this mouth, oh, I'm happily married, or this and that, for any reason, you have to feel it from inside out. It is a decision you have to do. There's some certain thing in a house, in your spouse's life, their behavior, whatever, you can put up with. You can choose to live with that. You can choose to be happy with that. There's some certain behavior you will be like, oh no, I can't deal with this. So This generation now, I feel like nobody have patience. Yes, no one have patience, because I'm talking in the sense of, like, if I check my own marriage, or some of people that I counsel that is around me, family and men, like when we talk about childbearing, our husbands, they doesn't get that involved like you're the mom. And sometimes men, they just want to do, they just do their basic, thinking they are trying. But you as a wife, if you're not the type that talk, the man is not going to change, or the wife is not going to change because you're not communicating. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, because like right now, my kids are in that age that they are still young, but they're in that age where, like, they can be in the house where I can take a nap. I will tell them, "Mommy want to sleep," this and that. They will listen, right? There's so many things, and my husband too. Before, like, he come up, like, not how I expected him to, right? But right now, he's pulling his weight and making sure, like, we're okay and this and that. Okay? So he's trying. So he's trying, and I can't really compare my husband to another husband, like my friend's husband. Problem in people that live abroad is because we are comparing our spouse to somebody else's spouse, and when we meet at work, you open up, you talk nonsense about your spouse, lies, and people advise you based on what you say. Okay? And some of us, like women, we come here, we forget that the person we are living with is raised and brought up from Africa, where men doesn't do much in the family, in the house. They only just, like, go out to work and bring money. And because all of us work, basically some people have 50%, like the wife will bring 50%, the husband will bring 50%, and at the end, the wife will still do almost 75% in the family. Laundry, cleaning, childcare, picking up, dropping up, all those stuff. Sometimes some husband help, but I'm saying, like, what actually break home in outside, abroad, is small things which me and you can make a decision to overlook and endure and work on us. Actually, my marriage, things changed when I started working on me. Instead of changing my husband, I started working on myself. I started working on communicating more, because normally, when if something happened in the house, I just, either I start singing, all those church songs, I won't communicate. And the more I do that, the more things are getting worse. Sometimes my husband will say, "Oh, are you okay? What is wrong with you? Why are you singing? Why are you mad?" He said that, but me, in other words, I like the fact he said that, but I'm waiting for him to come and cuddle me, or, do something like that. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to get what I want, but he have tried. But me, on my own end, I'm still, like, kind of dragging and looking for more input. Men, not all men, have that time of petting you, kissing you, blah, blah, blah. So marriage is so hard, okay, when you live abroad. But we can actually work on ourselves to love our husband, meet them, or our spouse. Let me say spouse, because even though, like, most women are the ones that suffer mostly in abroad because of childcare, because of house chores and every other thing, but we can actually love our spouse, choose to love them, the way they are. So you can choose to work. Like what I did is, I choose to, try my best. Make, sometimes I cook, I save, so I make stew, I save some, there's a lot. I'm not going to go into it today. It's teaching for another day. So there's no house, there's no marriage out there you think that are perfect. There's no perfect marriage. There's no sweet marriage. But you yourself, you can train yourself to almost get to close to perfect. Focus on yourself. Stop focusing on your spouse. Work on yourself. Think, what is it that is bringing trouble in this marriage, in this home? Because, my brother and sister, if you have kids in that marriage, if God has blessed you guys with kids, they need both of you together. They really need both of you together. So you just need to try to work on yourself. Try to have patience. If the man or the woman is not beating you, is not putting their hands on you, it's about financial and house chores and disrespecting this and that. There's so many ways you can work on that, because if you end that marriage right now, you want to go to another marriage, all that glitters are not good. There's trouble everywhere. Any house you see that is still standing, there's so many patches, there's so many endurance, there's so many overlooking stuff. So the world is going crazy. The world, there's nobody like this new generation. They don't really, have respect for marriage anymore. They just, you just need to make sure, like, don't just jump into marriage because you want to marry. No, don't do that. Because actually you're getting into marriage to spend your eternity with somebody. The rest of your life, you're going to spend it with this person, not for the marriage to just end. So you need to make sure both you and your spouse have, the same vision. If you don't have the same vision, you're going to make sure your spouse can let you to be you. What I mean is not like, you always have to respect. Respecting a man is number one key to their heart. Regardless of what is going on, when you give them that respect, especially African men, they love respect. And you can't say you respect a man with African men without giving them, providing their food and, respecting even their family too. I know most families are so difficult to deal with, I understand that, but if you don't need to talk to them, or if you don't need to do anything with the family, you don't need to, but at least show them that respect. Because at the end, you can't be talking about somebody's brother or somebody's sister or your husband, like the in-laws, and you expect for peace to reign. I just wish when we get into trouble, argument, we remember to use the power of silence. We talk too much. There's so many things we can say to our spouse and this and that hurt. They will never be able to forgive us that so quick. Let's try to take, relaxing and look and think and don't talk. Marriage in abroad is not easy. Okay, being a mom in abroad is not easy. You have to clean the house. You have to make sure like the kids are okay. You have to do laundry. You have to do this, and at the end, you have to share the bill with your spouse. So I'm begging you, if you're getting married, this is a new year. Try to, before you start, that divorce thing, separation thing, calling the police, doing this, please if the man is not putting their hand on you, please take a break. Take a break and think. Okay, be silent and think on what way out. Because when you're trying to control another man that is trained by another woman, and you can't even control yourself, come on. There's one step you can take in abroad that can destroy, especially when it comes to being a man. It's not easy. And I know most people doesn't may not agree with on what I'm saying, but I'm just begging people that are in marriage now or that are about to get married. Have patience. Once the man is not putting their hands on you, have patience. Try to, retreat and, uh, think. Think. Ask yourself question, what is going on? What is happening? So that is what I wanted to, talk about. Okay, I hope someone will find this video interesting. You're gonna be able to come back here like every week. I will try to leave some motivation or something like a teaching what God has put in my heart. I hope this video will locate someone that need it. Yeah. Marriage is stages. When you see someone that have 20 years has been together 20 years, they are more laid back and more relaxed than people that are from 15, 10 and 5 and even newlywed. And I pray for God to help every family, every marriage that is going through turmoil, for let there be peace and let there be joy and let there be understanding, and for God to give every woman out there and every man out there that live in abroad opportunity to know him more and to be able to be quiet and be silent. Power of silence, that is the key. Because in the soka na sene onye oshimiri ga-ahụgo oshimiri an ga-eri onye ọ ga-ahụgo kwa. Like if river didn't see you in river will not swallow you. So please let's apply power of silence, especially in the house when the kids are there. You don't want to raise kids in violent house. You don't want to do that, because whatever you put into the kids, they're going to multiply that 100 times and bring it out. You don't want to associate with your with that. Okay. Thank you so much, and I wish everyone happy new year. I wish everyone long life. I wish everyone good health. I wish everyone good, more understanding. Oh my God, happy new year, amazing people. God love you. God knows everything you're going through. He knows, he understands, he will remember you one day. Keep praying, keep pushing. In Jesus' name, amen.